Welcome everybody to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Tom Hackey, and this is the review of Test Drive Unlimited 2 by Atari and Eden Games. It was released in early February, and we've been playing it on the Xbox 360 to show you about the game and to tell you how it plays. TDU 2 adds some interesting features from its predecessor after 4 years of development. It features 2 separate islands, Oahu, Hawaii, familiar to those who played the first version, and Ibiza, Spain, new to the franchise. This means the title has quite a lot of drivable area, 3,200 kilometers or almost 2,000 miles. It also has twice the number of challenges, day to night transitions, weather and rain effects, a storyline, and the ability to get out of your cars and customize your avatar and their surroundings. This game takes a little bit of a different approach to the last one, as it tries to recreate the life of a person as they progress from rags to riches and are able to afford ever more luxurious cars and houses. This game starts out with a great bit of story. I won't ruin it for you, but it really gets you excited about what's to come. Unfortunately, that's about where the clever story ends. The dialogue gets awkward and repetitive, especially in challenges.
Well done! Another successful test.
Thank you for your advice, Todd.
The basic gameplay then moves to one similar to Grand Theft Auto. You drive your car around discovering roads, wrecked cars, and locations to visit. These locations let you buy and modify cars, buy houses and clothes, and run in challenges against the computer or against people currently online. You earn money by racing in these challenges or by doing stunts as you drive around the world. Remember Burnout? That's what this is. Earn money for airtime, close calls, or drifts, and bank that money early, or gamble and go for more. If you crash, it all disappears, so you have to be careful there. They've broken down achievements into 4 different categories: competition, discovery, social, and collection. You have to do well in each category to earn money, level up your player, and gain fame, prestige, and really fast cars. The challenges you race in are, I'll just say it, easy. This is a game that can be beaten on a gamepad. Now, because of the new first-person mode, using a wheel on the console is possible, but extremely frustrating. Your first hurdle will be dialing in the wheel to feel somewhat normal. These are hour settings. Once that's dialed in, you can drive around, but you will have no way of accessing the map, and several other functions are inaccessible. If you want to get out of the car, your steering is now your left to right look, the top 2 buttons are your look up and down, and your D-pad on the wheel moves in a strafe-like manner. This is very clumsy, as the game requires you to interface with objects and people by pointing your reticle at them. Frustrating! The other thing is, if you do use a controller, there's no look invert option, so for those of you who learned how to fly first, you're out of luck. And we'll be right back.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number 1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So this is not a sim. The developers stated specifically that they tried to land somewhere between arcade and sim, though I'd say it was more like 3/4 arcade and 1/4 sim. The steering is based on a 180-degree range of rotation, so even when hooked to a wheel, it feels quite unnatural. You can get used to it though, and it is drivable. The interiors of the car look good, and the ability to roll down the windows and really immerse yourself as a person in the world that they've created is a strong point of this title. The graphics have suffered a bit on this game because this is a true open world, and you really can go anywhere you want, even when you're in a challenge. They've resorted to some tricks of the past, like using 2D grass that always faces toward you, and super generic AI cars to save on resources used. That pays off though, because there is just a massive amount of ground to be covered and explored. If you want endless driving opportunities, this is the game for you. The cars represented are great in quality and in quantity, and you can test drive any car you want, no matter the price, at any time. Hence the Test Drive Unlimited thing. Test Drive Unlimited 2 adds some nice aspects, but it falls short for me in many respects. For the amount that they allow you to immerse yourself in the cockpit of the car, the physics are just a bit too arcadey and break the illusion for me. The addition of the first-person mode is clumsy and not fully fleshed out and takes me away from the driving experience. I'll say this, if it could work seamlessly with a wheel, I'd be in. But switching back and forth from the wheel to the gamepad is too time-consuming to justify it. The lack of story after such a fantastic intro was very disappointing. Like the first paragraph of a good book, they had me hooked, and then nothing but routine races came after. And finally, the admitted bugs and server issues that they've had really dampen the fun. They're working on fixes and are even giving away DLC to make up for it, but it still hurts the overall impression. The selection of the cars, the true open worldness, and the ability to test any car are some major strong points, along with some very impressive weather effects, instant multiplayer races, and a huge community of people playing. On the REVS scale, I give Test Drive Unlimited 2 a 5 out of 10. If I want to be driving around a city, I'll go for Grand Theft Auto. If I want to be buying houses and clothes, I'll go for The Sims. And if I want to earn points for crazy stunts, Burnout. And you know where I'm going for online racing with friends. Test Drive Unlimited 2 tries to bring all of these aspects together and doesn't do them as well as the original games that introduced them.
Promotional consideration provided by iRacing.com, the ultimate place to race online. And GamePod, the choice of champions. Go to gamepod.co.uk.